30. And this is Divine Due Diligence, coming on here doing my due diligence to give you the inspiration and the understanding of all the great downloads that God has given me in the seasons that I went through a transformation to ascend to the highest extent that I can possibly ascend. At the end of the day, we have to understand that awakening is our choice. You choose to be awakened, to be in purpose and be in destiny to fulfill the mission that God has given unto you. But as I say all the time, free will is a choice, but all day I choose God over everything. So as you know, we've been talking about the series, and it is called The Alchemy. The Alchemy series is telling you and showing you certain ways how people are to alchemize from lead to gold. What things you're supposed to get rid of, how you're supposed to get rid of these things, to alchemize to your highest extent. That means the essence of your soul. The peace that dwells within you can only come when you have released everything that no longer serves you for your highest good. At the end of the day, you want to be in your most highest good, because that is the way that you create destiny to move into your mission. You are the purpose without a shadow of a doubt, but you have to make sure that you are the purpose moving into destiny and fulfilling your mission. And the last couple of days we've been talking about how Jesus was how we're following Jesus in the same aspect as he did through getting baptized, through bread, doing communion. Today we will be talking about the Last Supper. How did he alchemize during the Last Supper? I will be on here doing two series today because I have to move on to the next. But I'm still going to give you all the good nuggets and all the good information that you need to be able to alchemize yourself to be the possiblest great soul essence. We need to understand that your light cannot shine bright as you want it until you're really healed, delivered, and set free. Okay, let's start. To truly understand the Last Supper, Passover, Exodus, you have to see that there is not three separate events. It is one continuous spiritual alchemy pattern that reveals how God transformed people from bondage into divine alignment. I'm going to walk you through this step by step. The Passover, which was in Exodus, the original alchemy blueprint. Remember, we all have a blueprint. It is your map to get to your soul essence. Okay? The story of the Exodus is not just history. It is the first full demonstration of spiritual transformation. The blood of the Lamb, which is protection and separation. In Exodus chapter 12, a lamb is the sacrifice. Its blood is placed on the doorpost. Death passes over. Alchemy meaning blood is the life force that converts divine covering. The blood is the life force that converts divine covering. It separates those who are aligned from those who are not. This is the beginning of transformation. You are marked for change. Egypt, bondage, which is the lower nature. Egyptians represent slavery, oppression, false identity. attachment to material things, false identity. Spiritually, Egyptians, the untransformed self. The Exodus separation process. God does not just protect them, he pulls them out, leaving Egyptians, leaving the old identity. Entering into the wilderness is the process of transformation. This is alchemy. You cannot become new while staying in the old. The Red Sea represents the disillusion phase. They pass through water. The old life Egyptians is destroyed behind them. This is the identity to baptism. The soft phase is alchemy. Old identity is dissolved permanently. The Last Supper, Jesus rewrites the Passover. Now here's where it gets powerful. At the Last Supper, Jesus Christ is celebrating Passover, but he transforms its meaning completely. For lamb is him himself. Instead of pointing to a lamb, this is my blood, which is the bread. This is my body, which is the bread. This is my blood, which is the wine. He becomes the lamb, he becomes the blood, and he becomes deliverance. The alchemy shift, old covenant to new covenant. Old patterns was Exodus. The exit lamb, the external lamb. Physical blood on the doors, physical escape from Egypt, which became the new pattern, which is Jesus. He is the lamb. Blood is eternal, wine. Deliverance is spiritual and internal. The transformation moves from outside to inside. The deep alchemy, subsequently, all connected. Let's line it up correctly. And it must be clear, Passover is marking and protecting. Blood over the doorpost, separation begins. The alchemy stages is identifying of what was transformed. Exodus, leaving Egypt, which is the Egyptians. Breaking from bondage, letting go of the old life. The alchemy stage from this separation from the lower self. Red Sea, which is the water. Passing through water, old life is destroyed. The alchemy process in this is disillusion, the death phase. Wilderness is the refinement, which is testing. Dependence on God. Manna, which is bread from heaven. The alchemy stage in this is purification and training. The Last Supper is the initiation eternally. The bread is the body. The wine is the blood. Transformation inside of you. The cross, final transformation. Sacrifice, complete. Death, resurrection. The alchemy stage for this is full transmutation, which is lead to gold. The hidden truth most people miss to do the alchemy with these. The Exodus was external deliverance. Jesus made it eternal transformation. Before God brought people out of Egypt, now God bring Egypt out of you. Communion, your personal exodus. When you are taking communion, you are remembering the Passover, participating in the cross, reenacting your own exodus. Brad, leaving Egypt, you surrender your old self. You release bondage patterns. I am no longer who I was. Wine covenant, the blood. You receive new life. You step into divine identity. I accept who I am becoming. The ultimate alchemy pattern. This eternal flow shows one eternal law. Nothing transformed without it. Sacrifice, separation, pressure, surrender, and rebirth. What this means for you spiritually. You are living your own exodus right now. When you outgrow old environments. I'm going to say that again. This is the most important thing that you should get from Egypt. Exodus. You should be getting the understanding of how to break down the old you to form the new you. You feel pulled away from old habits. You go through uncomfortable transformations. It is the wilderness feeling. I'm telling you, that is pressure when you don't understand what's being taken place. You don't understand when you get out of the old habits that you used to do. Clubbing, drinking, smoking, entwining with something or someone or some wings that you don't have no business doing. Allowing yourself to be separate and used by God. Only way that takes place is you have to identify what is something that needs to be broken or torn away. What is the habit that you've been doing all your life and it's now a must time that it must break off to elevate to your highest potential. The elevation is not going to come until you learn how to dismiss things that no longer serve you. But if you see that you like it, it's a comfortability. You got to get out of having comfort, because being in God is never a comfortable experience. If you look at Jesus' walk, it wasn't comfortable. It may seem elaborate. It may seem, oh my. It may even seem, oh man, I can't do it. But just like Jesus was able to follow John the Baptist, because John the Baptist was the forerunner for Jesus. Jesus is exactly John the Baptist for us. He is the forerunner. That means what he did, what he came down here to do, we ought to be doing that and more. Being the forerunners for the descendants after us. For them being the forerunners of their descendants after them. But we must take the first step. We must be the first partakers in this method, showing that we can do the same. We can be pure at heart. We can be pure in the mind. We can be pure in the soul. But it's up to you to awaken what lies dormant in you. Yes, pressure is not going to be easy. Applying pressure to yourself may just be feeling harmful because you're not used to it. You don't understand what's going on. But at the end of the day, if you allow yourself to focus and allow God to take charge, you'll find it gets easier. Make time. Make an effort and get a great understanding how God is trying to position you in this season. Understand that when God is ready to position you, he removes things from you that's not going to be able to go with you. I'm going to say that again. When he's ready to position you, and it's time for you to align with him in every shape, facet, and every form, there are things that's not going to be able to go with you. People, places, and things. Is that a hard decision to make? Yes. Do we choose our will or God's will? God all day. Because at the end of the day, he is the one that makes provisions for you. He is the one that's going to lead you and guide you into the understanding of knowing what legacy that you have to leave behind. My legacy may not be your legacy, but there is a legacy that each one of us leave behind. That's why people write obituaries. It tells a story. That story has a mark in the earth. It leaves, like this saying, a mark in the earth. There is a residue that's left behind just for your descendants of you. At the end of the day, don't let your life go to waste. Don't allow your legacy not to be untamed. Untamed and get to a point of understanding what the legacy is all about. It ain't about being famous. Some people do. Some people will. But it's about how you are preserved in the earth for the next generation after you. There is a higher mark that God is calling you for in this time, in this season, because we are living in a now times. Tomorrow is never promised. It doesn't have an age on it. I see it all the time. But the legacy does have an age on it. It develops over time. It never dies. You leave pictures behind. You leave an understanding behind. You allow others to see that you have met the mark of the high calling in Christ Jesus. You allowed it to manifest in you that others may see how God residue was left here from you. You got to trust in this season and not waver. Don't even fathom it that God has predestined a now time just for you. At the end of the day, because there is a what? Sunrise and the sunset. We never know what the end of the day going to be and where it's going to be and how it's going to be. But at the end of the day, your legacy have to be great. Why do you say this, divine? Because it starts with you. No matter the choices that you made in life, long as you get to the point of understanding where God wants you now, that's all that matters. And when you understand where God wants you now and allow him to develop you into where you're supposed to be and understand who you are in him, you don't need no validation. And you don't need nobody to understand you. Because at the end of the day, long as God put a stamp on you, that is the approval, all the approval that you need. But it's up to you. It's up to you to manifest what God has already designed in the heavens that he want you to bring in the earth. You got to learn how to alchemize in every way that's designed for you. Allow your soul to take precedence of everything else. Because your soul is what is required. So allow it to take precedence. That means first. Because at the end of the day, I tell you, when I allowed my soul to take precedence over what I wanted and how I felt and who I wanted to be around, who I choose to love or didn't love at the time, I allow God to change all of that in me. I choose to love unconditionally. I don't care what you ever did to me. The unconditional love that I have within me will withstand what has transpired through me. At the end of the day, I trust God with everything within me. So if he tell me to return back to a person, I must do that. If he tell me to go at another place, I must do that. We got to stop thinking that this revolves around us. It doesn't. This whole thing revolves around God and God alone. This flesh won't be no more. But the soul still will withstand. So start learning how to alchemize your soul essence. Your soul essence is what God is calling for. Allowing your light shine bright. You don't want to have God put out your light. Remember the candles in the Bible? You don't want the oil. You don't want just a residue. You want the oil to pour out on you, through you, and inside of you. How do you get to that place? By being separate. How do you get to that place? By knowing that you are chosen and called by God. Many are called. Here's what God's saying about this. I call called you, it never stops. Because why? He said every knee is going to bow. So he called. He sent out the call. But who is going to be the chosen one? This is how you get chosen. You got to choose. That's how you get chosen. You have to choose. Are you going to be the one to choose God? Because he ain't choosing you. You got to do the choosing. He do the calling. Remember, it's a relationship. And so when I pick up the phone and I call Stompy, hey babe, how you doing? The reciprocation back is, I'm doing fine. How are you? So this is how God is doing it. And this is how he always did it. I'm calling you. Will you pick up the phone? Hello. Mia, this is God. Oh, hi, God. I'm calling you today. There's a task that you have to do. Oh, is it? Really? What is it, God? You see how we going back and forth. God is requiring you to have the relationship. But the alchemy, you must choose to let go. Let go of what? Everything that no longer serves you. The people, the places, and the things. I choose God all day. I choose to be separated because I want all of God, not some of God. When I allow people in my space, it becomes a problem. I lose focus. And then God lose the understanding that I'm still in the process. He lose the understanding because he doesn't hear me anymore. I don't commune with him anymore. If I allow people, places, and things step in the way of what God has already begun in me. But that doesn't change the fact that love is still there. Do I long to call? Yes. Do I long to just chill? Yes. But I know my work is more than what I can even fathom. So I can't get sidetracked. Not just from a phone call. I can't get sidetracked. There is no way you're losing out time. And you don't know how you're going to get that time back because you can't. So why even give it a thought? But then you have people that you hear that want to give you apologies and all that. Look, I'm saying it and I'm saying it now. Unconditional love honestly doesn't require apologies. I found that out by God because when he went to the cross, he wasn't asking for you to apologize for all the sin that you coming down here running rapid with. He said, repent. All he's saying, look, I need you to turn away from that. He asked for you to say, I'm sorry. Because he already knew. So there is no apologies needed for unconditional love. But when you are in your flesh and you want to know what, when, where, how, and you want to know who, then, and there, then that's a problem. We focus on small things. But at this time, God is asking us to focus on the big things, the big picture. Because time, not our time, God's time, is right now. It's right now. Are you going to choose it? Or are you going to let it drift away? So feeling in the wilderness, it's not fun. But I tell you this, the promise, when God say, I'm with you, I'm your comforter. When you feel all alone and you longing for just a touch, it's worth it all. It's worth it all. Whatever you lose, what Francis to say, to win again, it's worth it all. But you got to know and want to know, is this process, what are you going to do? Choose this thing. Harden not your heart, but choose this day. Are you going to serve God? Are you going to be that purpose that He already predestined you? Or are you going to say, no, it ain't for me? And you know, it may not be for you. But be honest within yourself. Be honest. Because that is what God is looking for. People say, oh, God knows your heart. Yeah, He do. But that don't mean you keep continuously to do what you want to do. He knows it's not right. He's not going to force nothing on you. He's a nice gentleman. He's that gentleman that you always been looking for. It's peaceful. The touch is loving. It's compassion. And it's understanding. But at the end of the day, I gotta know who I serve. Trust the process. But you gotta get on board with the program. Because there is a program. It is. It's a program. Ain't nobody gonna see your life if you don't understand the process. So the process is you got to program yourself. Program yourself. Put on the show for God. I did. It's a show and tell, baby. I'm telling God, hey, I gave everything up for you. And He said, I want to know if it's true. Let me test you. So He started dinging a little curse. And you may grunt, or you may say, oh no, God, I said, we doing this show. You don't got to show and tell me, man, because I got it now. It's a program. God is ready to be entertained. Do you hear me? I learned He loves entertainment, y'all. He want to see what you going to do next. What's up with you next? Are you going to take the process or not? Are you going to handle it or not? So just like you, and just like you, hey, God like all that. Yeah, he do. He loves it all. The same thing that you would do for a hearing that you see. How do you think they even got that? What? God gave it to him, so that means he must did it himself. He loves, he laughs, he heals, he delivers, he set free, he mourns, and he even gets angry. And there might be a little jealousy. But at the end of the day, you gotta give your all to God. I'm like, what? If I'm giving Stompy all of me, that means, woo, God is missing in this picture. So I can't give you all of me like the world say give you all of me, and I give you all of you. Nah, let's gotta switch that thing around here. God, I'm gonna give you all of me. And then some of you get the leftovers. Look, my promises ain't come because I was giving it to man. My promises came because I was giving all of me to God. When I allow myself to not look at man and what I can do for man and how I can do for man, the promises never showed up. It was a sprinkle here, sprinkle there. But when I came into the fullness and gave God my everything, the promises start showing up. So you can choose to get in that groove or not. I'm just a messenger. That's all. That's not punishment. That's transformation and process. Stay grounded in truth. Hey, let's keep this anchored. This is not about you. The mystical rituals or the secret power. It's about surrendering to God. It's about transformation through Christ. It's about renewing your identity. Alchemizing is just a language describing what God is already doing. Final revelations. I hear God. Passover, Exodus, and the Last Supper are all telling the same story. You were not meant to stay in bondage. You were designed to transform. The Exodus shows God bringing you out. The Last Supper shows God coming into you. And the cross completes the transformation. This is divine alchemy. It's divine alchemy. You gotta want it. You gotta claim it. You got to decree and declare a thing. I want my soul alchemized. I want to be transformed and be made whole and renewed. I want my soul essence to shine bright. That when I walk in a room, I don't have to say a word. It shows up just for me. Because when you show up, when you come on the scene, God is already there. He's already there. Why? Because you showed up. Why do you say this too, divine? Because God dwells within you. Allow your essence to show. Allow your essence, the God force in you, the power that rests, rule, and abide within you. Allow it to alchemize in every way, shape, facet, and form. Won't you give God a try? Won't you give God the understanding that I want to be alchemized? It's not about you. But you got to do the transformation first. It's not about nobody else, even. Because they say all the time, I had to go through this for somebody else. No, baby. That lesson was for you, but you're actually going through the process because the purpose that's on your life is more than what you can ever think. So it's not even about you, and it's not even about nobody else. It's honestly about the plan of God. It's about the plan. It's about what was predestined. That's it. He just used different techniques. He chose people to play the part. He chose places to play the identity of the surroundings. You see? It was a part of the plan. But the plan now is God is calling you to another level. The ascension in Him must take place. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to ascend, it ain't about dying. It's about dying from the old. Because ascension is going to take place anyway when death comes. But God is calling for death right now. You need to be in mourning about the old you. But when are you going to start? It took something tragic for me. Why does it have to take that for you? Why do you say this, divine? Because dying 3 times and being brought back to life wasn't good for me. Having seizures, don't know if you're going to live today, tomorrow, the next minute. Grandma's seizures was nothing to play with. PayPal seizures, people don't even understand. You can talk to me and I was not there. I'm just staring at you. You don't need these type of things happening to choose God. To choose the destiny for your life. Why do you have to wait last minute to do a thing? I hear it all the time. They so late wandering, they gonna show up to their funeral late. Oh no, that's not a late process, baby. Woo. That is not a late process. So that joke always right on time for that. And your age don't make a difference. Because I'm telling you now, you're wondering why the age is lower. Because they're not choosing purpose, which is them. And they're not moving in destiny, which is the process that God is trying to get you to be in. And meeting the mission is performing it out. God already knows if you're going to do it or not. So if it's no use, he cuts the vine off. Who is the vine? You. If you are no use. Remember, he knew you when you were forming in your mother's womb. So don't take the age of 16 lightly. Don't take the age of 20 lightly. Don't take the age of 50 lightly. Don't take the age of 2 lightly. It ain't about the age. It's about what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because if there is no use for you, bye-bye. And he not playing in this season. You must have a purpose. You must be in destiny. And you must move on mission. It's requiring now. It's requiring. The choice is yours. Alchemize. Get rid of the stuff that no longer serves you. Which you know is not right about you. Even the things that you have suppressed and have not brought up, because you know there are things in your life that must be suppressed because you're not memory. It's not coming up. But when you allow God to bring it up, it will come forth. It will. That part I said yesterday was a hard process for me. Because the stuff that I suppressed was great. Being accused of something that you did not know. You did not know. You ain't had nothing to do about the thought of it. Nor the act. But walk around years and years suppressing it because at the end of the day, my name is already out there. So I'll make you look pretty. I'll make you look good. Because you know you older than me and you have high standards. And people look at your name and. But God said, what about you? What about what I have for you? Your name is honestly not what's making you. It's your character. It's your character that what make you. Your name was just given and it's pronounced. But how you move in this body and show and tell people who you are is what's making you. If you're a fighter, you fight. It's making your name. You setting precedence of it. If you're a Bible reader, you're a Bible scholar, you're making your name. It's setting precedence. Your actions. That's why I say the deeds that's done in your body, you will be held accountable. He never said anything about your name. He never said anything about your name. Because the same name you have, I promise you, you will find somebody else with that same name. one thing that makes you different is your character. Y'all not going to act the same. Y'all not going to move the same. Y'all not going to deliver things out the same. You're not going to parent the same. You're not going to teach the same. But you're going to find somebody with that same name. Look it up. I promise you. I got a lot of people, me and John. But one thing, I don't know if they got my middle name though. But I think they did. But they don't have my character. They don't have my beautiful smile. They don't have my caramel skin tone. The picture is not perfect. Because there's only one me. Like there's only one you. Allow your soul essence to be alchemized, freed, set free, delivered, and brightened for others to see. You don't have to say a word. Just show up and show out. Show up and allow God to shine outward. You showing up and showing out. I'm coming back on to give you the next understanding of how you alchemize. Remember, I told you I have to double these things up today and tomorrow, because there is a massive understanding and lesson that you have to get about warlocks and witches, wizards and empress. Who put a spell on you? You might not even know that you are a witch. Just by speaking damnation over someone that's a witch. So this next series is deep and in depth. But I gotta get through the alchemizing because you gotta be purified. You gotta be. But it's only if you wanna be. But until the next time I load on, which will be in a couple of minutes, this is Divine Due Diligence signing off. Peace. Love.